Hey, Success with Uber Eats members, BJ here, and we're going over a training right now on job listing, posting, and Facebook groups. Now, this is super important, and there's some key details that you should pay attention to, um, and things that will poke out at you that don't seem important but make all of the difference. Now, in case you're completely left behind and you need to be caught up, um, Facebook allows us to turn around and create job listings in different groups, such as the one that you see pictured right here. You can go to your regular fan page and go to create a post and click on the job button, and this is going to pop up. Obviously, I've already filled in some key information here, but a generic version of what you see here will pop up to where you can create a literal job listing and you can pick where you want to post it, and then you're going to get free traffic, and you can boost it so you can get a lot of traffic for low cost. But free traffic is the name of the game for this training specifically, so you can get some free traffic from that specific area from people who are going through and searching through the job listings every single day looking for obviously a job for themselves. So let me try to fill in some of the blanks for you here. Some of this feel free to just copy and paste, because obviously, um, I want us all to succeed. And there's so many cities and states in the United States that we're not going to run into each other a lot. It's beneficial for us as a team if we're all out there posting and running this. Now, here's the formula that I've been using that you can just literally take and go with you. And the reason I don't want you to just copy and paste it is because obviously for this illustration, I'm targeting Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I have the word Pittsburgh in the actual detailed description. That's important because you want them to know that it's close and that they can do this, right? So to give you some of the breakdown, I obviously added one of our images. You can use it as well. I'll include it in the post with this video as I put this into the group. I just gave it a very simple title, which is Drive for Uber Eats, right? Straight to the point, simple, and it also lets Facebook know that we are accredited with Uber Eats, so they're not going to ban us as like one of those iffy posts, right? Obviously, if you haven't checked out in some of my previous trainings, I've been telling you different places that you can post to get higher return on investment for customer acquisitions. Pittsburgh, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Georgia. They're some of my favorites. Atlanta's really hot right now. It's getting a lot of lead to conversions. We're split testing some things in New York right now because it's seeming to open up and some cracks are being made in the mold there. Obviously, this is a split test that I'm running here in front of you with Pittsburgh to see how it's going to go. And there are different areas all over the country that we want you to spread out in. Now, let me give you a real call to action, call to arms here as a team. Don't just go posting in the same area every single day, and certainly just don't go posting in the same area as a team every single day. Go expand and try different cities, different states, different parts of the country, because we hear somewhere in the San Diego and somewhere in the San Francisco area there's up to $1,000 per referral. So somebody go split test that and see if we can get some referrals out there coming in. We hear that Washington's doing really well. We hear that Oregon's offering some high commissions. So things like that I need explored. We don't know anything about Texas. We don't know anything about New Mexico. We don't know anything about a lot of the Midwest. We don't have a lot of the country explored, and this is a free way to do so. Even if you pick up one person every week from a different city that you posted in, this stuff is free. When I click this post job listing, it didn't cost me a dime unless I click the boost, and that'll cost me $5, and it'll probably reach 1,000 people who are literally looking for a job that would seriously take this into consideration, and that's just $5, so it's basically free. You know what I'm saying? So free listings here will give us some exposure to find out what it is, and it might be a dud, the duds are just as important as the major winners, because if you can come back and tell me, hey, I just checked North Dakota and they pay us $25, then we'll mark it off of our list, right? We don't want to promote there at all. Hey, I just came back from Blase Blah and it paid me X amount of money. And we'll deem it a winner or a loser. And we'll deem it how important it is on our radar. Because, guys, even the $25 are important in free marketing methods. Obviously, if you can take a post like this, you can switch out the literal city that you're posting in, switch another city's name in there, and paste it in there. And you can do that a whole bunch of times. Then any of those that come to become a sale are 100% profit, so it's worth your while. But if we're exploring and we're marking down our chart, it gives me the ability to do a custom video for each area to give us a higher conversion ratio so that our numbers increase. So we need you exploring new places. Plus, it gives us the right cities and states to target. Like, we know that New Jersey as a state is a hot state to target because it's starting out at $300 per sign up for the state of New Jersey, and it could go up. So you want to target different cities in there. We want to find out what cities are paying the most, right? So we don't want to all just target one place, etc. We want to expand, and with literally the last time I checked, there was 28 of you active, 30 of you in the group total. With you guys responding to my stuff and watching my posts and trying this stuff for yourself and banging down my door for training like this or for the Facebook ads and things of that nature. If we all start putting in our efforts together, we could realistically cover 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 240, 270, 300 groups a day if we all did 10 a day, right? If we all did 10 of these posts a day, which you could have easily done 10 in different cities while I was speaking, we could have covered 300 cities in the United States. Now, I don't know how many cities there are in the United States. There are probably thousands, don't get me wrong. But we could cover over the next 90 days as a group at 300 a piece. That is easily 30,000 cities. We could probably cover a good part of the United States and know what each and every city is worth commission wise. So as our Facebook ads increase and as we run into new places that we want to gain commissions from or run Facebook ads to, we know which cities pay out $400, which cities pay out $350, $300, $200, which cities, if they are actually out there, pay out $1,000 per referral, right? And we can find that stuff out so we can really drill in with our targeted geolocated traffic. I got a guy who's on here and a big fish partner linking up as well that she's going to run a PPC training for us, right? And really break down something that'll let us do some more targeted traffic. And I'm making partnerships on the big fish side every day for trainings for you guys for different elements of things that we can bring to the table. You're going to see my training on our incentives program update in the group later this week, and things that I've been able to put together. You're going to see our processing payment video that I've been putting together, or not putting together, but having a meeting about, and then I'm going to update you guys after we have the meeting today. Things of that nature that are important that I need to be handling so you guys can succeed. I'm doing a lot on my end to make sure that all of you succeed, and we're right at that cusp now to where all of you can do things of your own to really push your success to the next level. And that's usually where the fold cuts, where some of you actually take this training and you look and you copy and paste and you try, and you're going to respond to me. I know several of you have been sending me Facebook messages saying, hey, I've been testing this area, I've been testing your Twitter method, I've been testing XYZ, and here's what I found. One of our partners told me about what was going on with Craigslist in his world and made us set up and start running Craigslist ads for ourselves. So some of you change the game as it goes on. So definitely time to saddle up, put your straps on, strap your boots up, and let's take over. Because, guys, realistically, We know there's one city that pays out $350. There's three cities that pay out $400. There's an entire state that pays out at least $300. There's three different cities that we have people that have paid out 250. There's two different cities that pay out 200, and there's a mass of cities that are paying out at least 150 to $100 that we know of from the testing from you guys. So I can't stress how important it is that all of us come together and work together on this, because this is a game changer type of training. Let me finish the kind of minute details on here, right? So obviously you can pick a location, it'll go to that specific part. I put the salary in, figuring in what their bonus is, plus roughly about $300 to $500 that they'll make that week, right? So I like to round ball it down a little bit. Obviously in this area they could make about $1,100 a week if they made 500 plus, or they can make about 900 this week if they made 500 plus the bonus for Pittsburgh, which is 400. But I'm just going to say 700 in case they have a very passive week. And then the actual message itself is straight to the point. Uber Eats is looking for new drivers in the Pittsburgh area. Keynote there, always put the city that they're in when you're targeting them. You don't care if it looks good here, you want it to look good here, because this is what they're going to see as they're scrolling by, right? If you would like to work flexible hours and are looking to bring in 500 to 700 weekly, respond to this post and apply with us to begin driving for Uber Eats. And then when they click apply here, it's going to send you a message, right? Or allow them to send you a message after they've answered these questions. So I like to leave these two questions in here because obviously this will weed out the people that are worth our time or not. Now, ultimately, it never hurts to let every single person apply, but if we know that their car is 20 years old or older, Uber isn't going to accept them, right? Not a lot of people nowadays are driving a 20-year-old car or older, but we do put that out there just to make sure. And then we want to see how serious they are, because remember, they do have to complete those 30 trips, and we would like them to complete them within a week's time, which is not a lot of effort. It's roughly 4 trips a day, and you can complete about 2 trips an hour. So it's roughly about 2 hours a day for their first week, which isn't even part-time kind of work, right? So if they dedicated 3 hours per day, they would have that done in about 6 days, maybe even 5 days. Um, but roughly, we want to find out how dedicated they are, because that's the ones you want to respond to first, or you want to take more time in making sure that they are quality guys. Now, what is so fascinating and so amazing about this is when they respond, we are getting, and we can optionally have them respond via email, but I'm not doing that, just because I want the Facebook response there. So I just boom, click, um, you know, if you want to share to more places, you can. I'm going to share on my wall just so that it's an example. And obviously, I'm going to share it in y'all's group so that you can see it as well. But then you turn around and you can just share. And just like that, you have a job listing post up and running that people from the Pittsburgh area or from whatever area that you decide to do will now see it and respond to you, and they'll respond to your fan page's inbox. So you'll get notifications about your inbox, getting messages, and you'll be able to follow up with that person right then and there, just like any other lead, except for this lead is much more qualified because they've already been searching for a job and they found your job listing, and now they're raising their hand and saying, hey, I want to get started. And you can send them our video, and then boom, we can do the selling and telling for you, which is the main key point I want you to remember and take away from this is we all need to work together to expand and find out what areas have what commissions, because as they pay us more, and if it's worth my time, I'll make a specific video for that city so that we can have that, sales page running and converting drivers at a higher effectiveness. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to update the group again later today, so check that out as well. I appreciate you watching this. This was the job listing training.